I believe the stream has started. Let me check on my... I hate stream delays. Anyway.
Well, they're very useful in case we say horrible things, and then you can just dump the stream.
Oh, it's like the FCC.
Well, now somebody's outside of my apartment honking their horn relentlessly. The fucking assholes.
Good news is we can't hear it.
No, that's good. Let's see if I'm recording it all.
Oh.
Can somebody go to my YouTube page and... Okay, there it is. Anyway. So today, we are going to be playing Paranoia, Perfect Edition. Now, the title of that might suggest that other editions of Paranoia were not perfect, but this is untrue. All editions of Paranoia are perfect, except the one, which has been erased from history. So let's go over. So what do people know about Paranoia so far?
It's perfect.
It's perfect.
I know I'm not supposed to know the rules.
Okay, this is a very good start. So let's. So firstly, this presentation and lore dump is brought to you by B3. It's the mandatory choice. And now we get to the lore dump. So, history as you know it. Long ago, the Great Cataclysm occurred. Its details are murky and unimportant, but its results were clear, rendering the surface of the Earth an uninhabitable wasteland. Fortunately, what was left of humanity managed to survive underground in a vast futuristic city, Alpha Complex, run by a sentient AI known simply as Friend Computer, and inhabited by vat-grown citizens cloned from the old storm or gene patterns. For a time, all was well, and everyone lived peacefully under Friend Computer's watchful eye. Unfortunately, this did not last. Secret societies cropped up to attempt to overthrow the computer. Horrible mutant abominations came to eat what's left of humanity. And, worst of all, the communist menace that had started the Great Cataclysm so many years ago once again loomed over Alpha Complex. Something had to be done. Friend Computer instituted the Spectral Security Clearance System, rating all citizens for trustworthiness on a color-coded scale, starting from infrareds and reds on the bottom, all the way up to indigos, violets, and finally the high programmers themselves, the ultraviolets. Next, Friend Computer organized the economy into a system of computer-managed hypercapitalism, dividing all firms into 8 service groups that employ all citizens of Alpha Complex. Finally, the Friend Computer formed the Troubleshooter Squads, volunteer units of brave Alpha Complex citizens who are sent on missions by the computer to ensure steady operation of Alpha Complex and hunt down the commie mutant scum that menaces it on all sides. You, previously a lowly infrared, have recently been promoted to the vaunted position of red clearance for some meritorious action. Be that turning in a traitor to internal security or working an extra shift on your one day off for the past several years. Whatever the case, you volunteered for troubleshooter duty and have been training for the past month. The year is 214 of the computer and has been for as long as anybody can remember. Next, we must look upon the flag of Alpha Complex.
Oh, this is subtle.
And, we must all rise for the Alpha Complex anthem. And we'll stop the music for this. This is going to be Alright, so it is mandatory that everybody sing. So it's to the tune of the Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Oh yeah.
Alright. dun, 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 dun. Mine eyes have seen the
I
coming
have
of
seen the
another
coming of
commie
another
horde.
commie horde.
If we somehow vanquish all of them,
hot fun is our reward.
Please engage the
Please
menace.
engage the menace, citizen. I hear a mic on board.
My clone
My
keeps
clone keeps marching on.
Glory, glory, hail computer. Glory, glory, hail computer. Glory, glory, hail computer. My clone keeps marching on. I fire with my laser, but the hordes keep coming on. And now suddenly there seems to be
a malfunction in my gun.
So
So
I
I
lob
lob
I
a nuclear
lob a
hand
nuclear hand
then
grenade,
and
and
then
then
I
I
turn and run.
on.
My clone
My clone keeps marching on.
Glory,
Glory, glory, hail
computer. Glory,
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 hail
hail
computer.
Glory,
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 hail
hail
computer.
computer.
My
My
clone keeps
clone
marching on.
on.
The commies are all
Commies
vanquished
are all
vanquished
now,
now,
and that
that
makes
makes
me
me
real
real
glad.
glad. But the mission
But the
Geiger
mission
Counter says I took 1,000
Geiger says I took
So I checked with
1,000
friend
rats.
computer
So I
and it
checked with
says that's
friend
not so
computer,
bad.
and it
My
says
clone
My
that's not
clone
so
keeps
bad.
marching
My
on.
clone keeps marching on.
Glory, glory, hail
Glory,
computer.
hail computer.
Glory, glory, hail
Glory, hail
computer.
computer. Glory, glory, hail computer.
My
My
clone
clone
keeps
keeps
marching
marching on.
Now, now, my fellow citizens and troubleshooters, we must remember what Alpha Complex stands against. The menace of communism. And we must now have our hating moment, our hating hour against the evil founders of communism. The evil Marx.
Yep. No, of course.
And the vile
He's the worst.
and his top disciple, the vile Lenin.
Boo!
For shame.
Can you imagine a world where neither of these two existed? I sure can.
Imagine, just imagine.
Just imagine it.
If only there had been revolution number 0.
Alrighty. So, of course, here's a nice pictorial demonstration of how the clearance systems work.
Oh yeah, I remember these from the early 2000s.
So as you can see, right, everybody's ranked on a color spectrum with infrareds at the very bottom, who make up about 70% of the society. And then gradually fewer and fewer as you go up, of red, orange, yellow, and as you go up, right, it represents that the computer has more trust in you, and you have more authority, and you get better jobs. Right, and robots sort of operate outside of the clearance system, but have to obey humans. Insofar as it doesn't conflict with the orders of friend computer, of course.
Well, yeah. Seems reasonable.
Ah, finally, a system where programmers get the respect that they are due.
Yes. The programmers are in charge of everything, right? Of course, now we move on to character creation. Let me pull up my PDF so I can make sure every step of character creation is done in the proper way. Okay, so firstly, I'll make one of the character sheets available for all of you to see, who will be named Test. So you're going to have to name your character. In the first name, it's going to be one name, and you can name them whatever you want.
Test is just blank.
Let me...
Sorry.
Sounds like somebody.
Oh, there we go.
filled out their
Got it.
identity
Got it, got
form.
it. All is well.
Alrighty. So, sound off once you have successfully given your troubleshooter a first name.
My troubleshooter has a first name.
And what is it?
It's Herbert. Oh, it should be Oscar. Fuck.
Herbert?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, all choices are final.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. You can name him Oscar.
He's definitely gonna be Oscar.
Thank you. Herbert's my grandfather.
All right. Gonna go with Rube.
Oh,
Alrighty.
nice. I'm going with Kevin.
Alrighty. Now, set your clearance to R for red. Sound off when you've done that.
R, matey.
Done and done.
Done.
Excellent. Now you're going to designate your home sector, which is going to be 3 letters long, and it can be any combination of 3 letters. All capital. And let me know when that's done.
Done.
Yep.
All right.
Likewise.
So I'm just going to pick on John here for a second. So John's character is full name is Oscar R DMV1, right? Which is how characters' names are full, right? And generally, you're going to want to refer to characters by their first name and their clearance level. So you, in casual conversation, refer to Oscar R DMV1 as Oscar R. Simply calling him Oscar would be overly familiar.
Don't get familiar with me, people. Would not
Angry.
your friend.
Yeah, you need to keep people at an arm's length because they might be a traitor. You never know. Alright. So, next, you're going to pick a service group you work for. Now, Now, there are a couple choices. You could work for the Armed Forces, Central Processing Unit, HPD and MC, Internal Security, PLC, Power Services, R&D, or Technical Services. If you cannot choose a service group, one will be chosen for you.
We can pick different ones, right? We can all be different groups.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, so being a troubleshooter is like being a volunteer firefighter. So you're actually doing troubleshooting on your one day off a week.
Hmm.
And your service group represents what your day job is and night job.
Where do we put this? Is that in...
That's just gonna... You just make a note of that somewhere. It doesn't matter. You can just throw that in personality for now.
Okay.
Okay.
And let me know when you have chosen a service group to work for and what service group you do work for.
Power Services, baby. Keep the lights
Central-
on.
Yeah, I'm going with Central Processing because I want to.
All right. I'm going with R&D.
Dig it.
Bunch of eggheads here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll skip that for now. So next we're going to set your starting skills. So firstly, you'll notice lower into the section labeled skills, you'll have several columns. So the first one is violence, and then there's a number of skills under that, which are athletics, guns, melee, and throw. Then chutzpah with skills below that, brains with skills below that, and then mechanics with skills below that. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Excellent. So we're going to be focusing on the skills, which are the things below for right now. So firstly, each of you is going to locate the gun skill and set that at +2.
Do we need to include a plus or just a 2?
Yeah.
You can just put a 2. That's fine.
Okay.
And let me know when you've done that.
That is done.
Likewise.
Anne?
Yeah.
Excellent. So now we're going to start with choosing our skills. So, Anne, since you have the highest letter of the alphabet, choose a skill to have a +1 in.
In violence or in anything?
In anything. So it could be bluff, science, programming, whatever.
I'm going to say bureaucracy.
Alrighty. You now have a +1 in bureaucracy. Please note that.
Yes, sir.
John, you now have a -1 in bureaucracy.
Okay.
Alrighty. You noted that?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. John, choose a skill to have a +1 in.
Psychology.
You now have a +1 in psychology. Rob, you now have a -1 in psychology.
Amazing.
Alrighty. Rob, choose a skill to have a +1 in.
Let's go with engineer.
Excellent. Anne, you now have a -1 in engineer.
Okay.
Alrighty?
Mhm.
So everybody should have 1 +1 skill and 1 -1 skill in addition to guns on their character sheet. Is this correct?
Yep.
Correct.
Got it.
Alrighty. Next, we're going to go... We start with John. John, choose a skill to have a +2 in.
Engineer.
Excellent. You now have a +2 in engineer. Rob, you now have a -2 in engineer.
Wait, hold on. So does that override my 1, or does it subtract from it?
Let me double check.
If it overrides, me and John are about to have problems.
Where are the rails? We can't even see them.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that you took it. I was not paying attention.
No, it's okay. It's actually very funny that you did that.
Yeah.
The rules are currently unclear, which means I think it will just deduct 2 from
All right.
Rob's skill there.
Awesome. I have a -1 in engineer.
Alrighty. Now, Rob, choose a skill to have a +2 in.
Let's go with science.
Excellent. And you now have a -2 in science.
Take it.
And now choose a skill to have a +2 in.
Bluff.
You now have a +2 in bluff. Alrighty. So now we start with the next round. Rob, choose a skill to have a +3 in.
Ooh, all right.
Wait, I have a -2 in bluff, right?
Yeah, you should have a -2 in bluff.
Hard to see any other good options other than demolitions for this. So I'm going with demolitions.
Excellent. Rob, you now have a +3 in demolitions. And you now have a -3 in demolitions.
Absolutely fine. Love it.
Now, Anne, choose a skill to have a +3 in.
Choose engineer.
No. Oh boy. Operate.
Alrighty, you now have a +3 in operate. John, you now have a -3 in operate.
Okay.
John, choose a skill to have a +3 in.
Athletics.
Excellent. Rob, you now have a -3 in athletics.
Phenomenal.
Alrighty. So then we're going to start the thing over again, and go back to Anne. Anne, choose a skill to have a +4 in.
What is throw, I wonder? I'm gonna say throw.
Alrighty, you now have a +4 in throw. John, you now have a -4 in throw.
I got the -4, indeed.
John, now choose a skill to have a +4 in.
Stealth.
You now have a +4 in stealth. Rob, you now have a -4 in stealth.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Rob, now choose a skill to have a +4 in.
I'll take charm.
You now have a +4 in charm. And you now have a -4 in charm.
Oh, did I just?
That's awesome. No,
move?
no, I love it. I love it.
Alrighty. Nah. So that's everyone for that round robin, I believe.
Mhm.
So finally we have John. John, choose a skill to have a +5 in.
Program. Did you pick program or demolitions?
I picked demolitions.
Okay, I'll pick program.
Alrighty, John.
I was about to say.
John, you now have a +5 in program. Rob, you now have a -5 in program.
Youch.
Rob, choose a skill to have a +5 in.
Let's go with throw.
You now have a +5 in throw, and you lose 5 points of throw.
So I'm just at a -1, which is fine.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm really
No,
dirty here.
You're really not. It's totally fine.
Alrighty, now, and choose a skill to have a +5 in.
Does anyone have alpha complex yet?
No.
Go intimidate or alpha complex. I'm gonna go with alpha complex.
Okay. I got a -5 there.
Yep. And that is it for skill selection. Let me find my place again on this stupid fucking thing.
So the numbers at the top:
Okay.
violence, chutzpah, brains, and mechanics.
We're about to fill those out. All right. So all of your other skills should be, so you should have 11 skills that are not 0, right? Because
Right.
you got 1 through 5 and -1 through 5.
Is it okay that I only have 10 because throw got doubled up on? And I think Rob will also only have 10.
Correct.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
Okay.
So now for your stats, you look at each column and see how many skills in that column have a positive number of any kind, right? And you take that positive number and that becomes the number for the overall category. So for example, if you had bluff 0, charm 3, +3, intimidate +1, and stealth +2, your chutzpah would be 2 because you have 2 skills in that category with a positive number. Does that make sense?
That does.
Alrighty. Now, you're going to create 2 buttons for your character, right? So these are, it comes from the expression, pushing your buttons, right? And one is your violence button, and the second one is your treason button. What is something that will always make you violent, and something that will always make you commit treason? And we have a list of suggestions over here. So for violence button ideas, something like being mocked over something out of your control. When you receive a fine for 150 XP points or more. Very long queues. Sudden, very loud noises. Wasting food, especially hot fun or cold fun. Sleep deprivation. The smell of expired soylent, etc. And some treason button ideas would be stuff like stuff kept behind locked doors. Or a high clearance citizen acting like they are perfect. You're all alone, even for just a moment. You seeing some pills that might create a nice psychedelic trip. Seeing a mutant power in use.
Where do we note this down?
You put this in personality. So just put
Okay.
like V, what your violence button is, and then T, what your treason button is. And let me know when you do that and what your buttons are.
Can my violence button be someone explaining something to me that I already know?
That is appropriate, yes.
Okay.
All right, I got some buttons for you.
Rattle them off.
Rube's violence button is someone else taking credit for his work, and his treason button is having the opportunity to get high.
Excellent.
Okay, I'll change my treason then.
God damn, we both are of such similar mind.
Your treason
I mean, you
button
can.
is seeing someone get high. Ooh.
We both could have the same treason button and just fight over the pills all the time.
Okay, so my violence would be high temperatures, because in real life, when it gets hot, I get really angry. I don't like it when the air conditioning is broken. And treason is wanting to work a better job. So if I'm offered a higher position in society, I will totally backstab the shit out of anybody or anything.
John,
I'm ambitious as fuck.
John, I have a question. Aren't you a lifeguard in real life?
Yes.
Doesn't
Because I despise those who are ambitious.
No, the heat thing. The heat
the
thing.
heat thing.
Oh, yeah, the heat thing.
Yeah, but he has a built-in way to get cool as a lifeguard. He can just go
I mean-
in the pool.
So, yeah, actually, for a
I'm a
couple months
lifeguard,
there...
and I really hate those kids who have too many snacks at the pool and they're just flashing their well.
So, first of all, I work at an indoor pool that is air-conditioned, so it's, pretty chill. But also... I was doing outdoor cleaning of pools, and I quit that job, even though it paid better because I really hated the high temperatures, and the fact that I couldn't just jump into the pools. So I'm fucking jamming to this music, man.
Yeah, this is great.
I believe this is actually a Louis Zong bit. Yeah, he's a good musician. He puts out a lot of free stuff. Cool animated videos too. Anyway. Anne, what are your violence and treason buttons, if you've decided?
My violence button is someone explaining something to me that I already know. And my treason button is high-ranking people throwing their weight around.
Oh yeah, I think you already explained that. I just forgot. Anyway.
I'd only given you the violence one.
Alrighty. So now, you have to come up with a team name. What is the name of your troubleshooter team?
Well, let's not all just start shouting things out at once. it's important that we take turns and calm down. We are all really excited and we all have a lot of ideas, but how about just the most boring name ever, the Turtles?
Aw,
The Turts?
we could be the Terrapins.
Terrapins, hell yeah.
Can we be the
Terps.
alizarin Terrapins? Because alizarin is my favorite shade of red.
All right. Yeah, that works.
Okay.
How do you spell that?
Yeah, please spell that out
I'll put that. Sorry.
in the chat.
I'll put that in yeah. I'll put it in Roll20 chat. Now, here's the question. Do I remember how to spell terrapins? I'm gonna double check. There you go. Alizarin crimson, technically, but we can knock off the crimson.
Wait, so we're from University of Maryland? Because aren't they terrapins and have red?
Are they?
yeah.
I don't know.
Amazing.
Your red turts.
Hopefully nobody burgles us.
You're burglars. If nobody gets my cultural reference, I'm referencing Over the Garden Wall, which has much discussion of
Oh,
turts.
yes. Okay.
Ah, yeah, looks like we're Maryland U.
Oh, there you go.
Go Terps.
So, we need to... Now, I need to do a process of figuring out if you are a member of a secret society or have a mutant power, and what that secret society or mutant power may or may not be. So I'm going to direct message this to you. And you can note this in like your character notes for the character sheet or wherever, it doesn't matter. So feel free to converse amongst yourselves while I carry out this very scientific process.
John, have you already
Well,
made
that's
yourself
awesome.
a
I'm in a secret
spaceman?
society.
Have you already made yourself a spaceman AI image?
Yeah.
I love.
Look at this tryhard. I just stole Hank Scorpio because
Oh, that's perfect.
I
he seems
mean-
perfect.
Hey, Scorpio's real good. I can change Kevin's name. Kevin. Oh.
Kilroy, are we all gonna end up in secret societies?
What sort of question is that?
You know what? Silly me. I don't know why I bothered asking. Oh, hey, they're all listed here. That's fun.
Yes, mere knowledge of secret societies and their basic tenets is not treasonous. However, discussing them a bit too much in polite conversation is a bit suspicious.
Perish the thought. Who would want to talk to Trekkies or the Sierra Club? This cat's cooking.
Now, here's a question. Can anyone tell me where the image I put up for Kevin is from?
I want to say Blackadder?
It's Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Oh, shit. All right.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I really like their future costumes. Future alien doofus costumes.
I mean, what's not to love about, was that a turtleneck that has buttons?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. No. Unthinkable in modern society. Only future fashion could invent such a high-quality device.
So, of course, if you have a secret society or mutant power, you should have received information on that. And feel free to peruse what your secret society is all about if you do have one, or peruse it anyway because you got to know what these secret societies look like.
Of course, if you see something, say something.
Say. Def Leopard.
As I make tokens of all of your characters. Do-do-do-do. Let us crack
Gaggy.
There we go.
The Sierra Club is extremely funny if you've ever interacted with the actual Sierra Club.
Hmm.
I guess that's also true of, like, anarchists and Death Leopard, but especially so with the Sierra Club.
Frankenstein. Oh no, one of them is just called eugenicist? That's too real.
They're really dumb, though. So,
Well, yeah, they're eugenicists.
Well, yeah.
I mean, there's communists there too, and they're like a real.
Yeah,
I
it is
think.
funny that the communists are, like, basically just actual communists.
Mm-hmm.
That's very very good. The Knights of the Circular Object basically just being grognards, also very good. Well, except no, second edition AD&D. Oh no, they'd make all the true grognards mad at them.
What is a grognard?
It's someone who is, like, very set in their ways about.
Mm.
I guess, well, now it's generally just the OSR, but, like, the term grognard calls back, like, kind of a gray-bearded, grumpy nerd who is mad about how tabletop games used to be better back in the day.
Got it.
I always think of the comic book nerd from The Simpsons.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, that's a good one.
That's a grognard right there. Or like half the people on YouTube.
This is
Well,
good- if this
it
takes
comes-
off, that comment's gonna be
it
really
actually comes from post-Napoleonic times, so French term
Oh
grognard.
yeah, it's the French that could grumble. They were like the old guard soldiers,
Yeah.
and because
Got
they
it.
were trusted and loyal, they were allowed to. Yeah. But in modern parlance, it means grumpy old men.
Mhm.
Humanity was meant to live in split-level homes and watch football on TV.
Wait, which one is that?
The Romantics.
Oh man, romantic. I was picturing like Oscar Wilde in a cape.
It's funny that these people actually exist in society today, and they're called they're like the trad people on Twitter.
I call them boomers.
Also, I guess boomers. Yes.
Anyway, let me deposit your tokens in my token reference sheet.
Can we see a list of all the mutations? I'm assuming not.
No.
Okay.
Why would you need to know what the mutations do? You a mutant? Pretty suspicious.
No, I don't
there.
want to know what they do. I want to know what they all are. Black t-shirt, black underwear, black overalls, black socks.
Let's just say you'll know a mutation when you see it.
Okay.
So, next we have to assign your mandatory bonus duty. And this comes with a test. Actually. Which you're going to have to fill out.
Okay.
Oh man, singing and homework? I didn't realize I signed up for high school.
I mean, you could have like made us all record ourselves singing that and then mixed it together and played it back. It could have been worse. It could have been like doing musical theater over.
So you're going to download this, and then use your photo editing software of choice to fill it out. And then
Okay.
direct message me the result, so that I can grade it.
Oh, I don't. Okay. Use Discord and Roll20 on the same device. Okay, hey, this will just take me a little bit longer.
I suppose there's probably a right answer here, right?
Oh, I don't know how to do this.
Do you have MS
Do you
Paint?
like? Yeah, I was gonna say I'm using
Yeah.
Paint 3D. The text
Okay.
part is gonna be real interesting though.
Right? That's what I was thinking. Okay, let's see if this works.
While you all do this test, I will briefly go to the bathroom and refresh my drink.
It's not letting me
Later.
do this. Humbug. Edit more. No. There it is. Oh no, number 4.
Which number? 4?
And team leader. If offered in a position in a secret society, I would.
Ooh. Yeah, no, that one's
Troubleshooter seems. Oh, and all the lines are different colors. Does that mean anything?
Hey, be right up there.
Oh, that.
I'm back.
hello. What is a Jacobot, or should I already know?
That is common alpha complex knowledge.
Great. that's good. I'm glad you told me that.
Yeah. Like, would my character know this? Yes.
Awesome. God, there's a second test.
Yeah, there's 2 pages.
Oh,
What?
Yeah. there's-
devastating.
Yeah, there's 2.
Devastating news.
Where?
I'll just. So this is part 1 of the test,
Okay.
and this is part 2 of the test. You must submit both parts to complete.
Of course.
Okay.
Naturally.
And do fill out the second part of the test there, John. Once you get a chance, of course.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah, just making sure.
What is a service firm? I know my service group.
So basically, as part of, capitalism with alpha complex characteristics, right? There's a free market of firms which operate under a service group, which provide various goods and services related to their service group. So, PLC might be the service group, but Bounty Bubbly beverage manufacturers, B3 Incorporated might be your service firm.
Ah.
I saved it, and now where is it? Oh my god, this is so many steps just because my laptop can't handle being on Discord and Roll20 at the same time. Okay.
Is it possibly in your downloads folder? That's where mine ended up.
I found it. Okay, I just now need to go to my email on my and find the file. Okay.
In fairness, this is just as frustrating as actual job interviews. So, great.
I work in theater. I've never written a normal resume in my life.
Don't worry, nobody reads them anyway.
Open, please. Thank you. Two. Okay. Oops. Why would it default to blue?
Sorry, so the implication on the hygiene officer is that we believe that commies and mutants are one of the opposing cleaning agents?
No, I mean, commies and mutants are just dirty.
Ah.
And as we all know, cleanliness is next to computerliness.
Of course, of course. Silly question.
I love this.
Yeah, it's delightfully Zapdig.
It's great being a game master and just giving your players homework.
Luckily, I was raised in a right-wing family, so I know all the correct answers to this.
Happiness is mandatory.
So the actual game is going to be next week, or what's happening?
No, we're just assigning your mandatory bonus duty at the moment.
Service group, service firm. Is that something we know yet?
It's fine. You don't have to fill out the service form.
Okay.
So
Make
John-
sure you fill out your secret society, though.
Yeah, that's very important. So John has completed his test.
Proud of you, buddy.
Almost there.
Thank you. The trick is just to pick a random answer for everything and say the computer is right.
I hope you can read my scrawl.
It's cool.
Oh wait, did you actually write it all out?
Well, there are open-ended answers.
Oh yeah, but I just used the text tool.
No.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I just scrawled.
Well, feel free to DM me that so I can.
I did. I sent you the first one,
Oh yeah, you sent me the first one.
and the second one is coming. Okay.
Oh man, that means I'm holding things up. All right. Some files headed your way. Ignore the part where one says part 2 and the other says part 1. Those are out of order.
Gonna have to kill you.
Yep, minor filing error. Time to die. Huh. Did not save. That could be problematic.
Your second page doesn't have any text on it. Doesn't have anything filled out.
Ah, son of... Alright. Then it would appear that it did not save.
Oh,
So
well, it
please
doesn't
hold.
matter anyway.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just...
You turned in
So-
your sheet without flipping it over.
For failing to turn in an incomplete sheet, Rob, you get a treason star.
Oh, great. That's wonderful.
And now I have your mandatory bonus duties decided for you through my rigorous metrics. So, John, firstly, you get a treason star.
Sweet.
Secondly, you're now team leader.
Sweet.
Oh god.
Anne,
I'm your treasonous team leader. Obey me.
and you are now the comms and recording officer.
Okay.
And Rob, you are now the financial officer.
Oh. Hello.
So how'd I get a treason star? Was it the traitorous thoughts with alarming frequency?
I don't know, man. Sounds like that might have been it.
Alrighty, so now we're going to now we're going to apply your bonuses, your skill bonuses from your service group. So,
Okay.
Anne, what's your service group again?
Comms and recording officer.
No, that's your mandatory bonus duty, your service group.
Mandatory. Service group.
You said it.
What did I need?
Were you CPU?
I think you're...
Central processing unit, yes.
Yes. So that means, firstly, you get +1 to your brains.
Neat.
You get a -1 to guns. And a -1 to operate.
Oh, cool.
Right, that's...
So that means I have a 0 in violence and mechanics.
No. No, it doesn't modify it like that.
Oh.
Right, you just modify the skill as such, not the overall category, unless I specifically told you to do so.
Oh, okay, so sorry, that's a -1 to guns, so my guns would be a 1?
Yes.
Okay. And operate was a minus what?
Also -1, and then you get
Okay.
a +1 to brains overall.
So brains the whole category.
Yes.
Okay.
The black box on top.
Okay. Got it.
Alrighty. John, you were R&D, right?
Power services.
Power services, sorry. You get +1
Oh,
to
guys.
you get +1 to mechanics
Sweet.
as a category, and you get -1 to melee and -1 to demolitions.
All right.
And Rob, you were R&D, right?
Correct.
Alrighty, you get a +1 to brains,
Hell yeah.
and then a -1 to operate, and a -1 to alpha complex.
Oh dear.
Alrighty, and I will also be sending you your bonuses based on your secret society, if you have one.
Luckily, none of us do. So
Yeah, no, who would be a part of a secret society? Not me, surely.
Never, never.
Let's see, is there anything left after that? Alrighty. So, once you've modified that, if you have to, you start out with 8 Moxie, which the character sheet defaults to, and 200 XP points.
Ooh.
after filling out all that paperwork, we deserve it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And under your assigned gear, at your character sheet at the very bottom, you will be given a red laser pistol and red reflect armor.
We put that in equipment?
Yeah.
How do you spell that armor?
That is spelled REFLEC. Armor.
Okay.
It's also in the equipment handouts. You can see red reflect armor.
Reflect armor, spelled American. Good to know.
RED space.
Well, armor could have a U in it.
It could.
That's some amazing artwork for the reflect armor.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. Would you believe it if I told you I made it myself?
I would believe it.
That's so
Absolutely, I believe it.
We could go wading and catch fish in that.
Does our red laser pistol have a laser barrel?
No.
Awesome.
Well,
Awesome.
equipment says laser pistol body and laser barrel red.
Mhm.
So do our red laser pistol, is that body and barrel or just body?
That's just gonna be body.
Okay. So we do not have a barrel.
Correct.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, do our characters feel complete? Rounded? Deep backstory?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, no. I've got like 14 paragraphs. I hope this guy doesn't die, because that'd be a real shame.
Alright. So, now that your character's created and your mandatory bonus duties have been assigned, we start with the first mission, Pre-Paranoia, as you have to actually complete your academy training. And now I read. You woke this morning to a beefy insect guard looming over your bunk. Here's a fun illustration for that.
Wow.
You managed to keep from wetting yourself. Come on, you schmuck. Get up and get dressed. It's your final day. After seeing your involuntary look of terror, he added, Of your training? Geez, paranoid lunatics, the lot of ya. An hour later, here you are, walking down a narrow red clearance corridor surrounded by complete strangers in troubleshooter jumpsuits. That is your fellow players. And flanked by insect guards. The only sound is the echo of your footsteps as they escort you. And you're walking. You see a poster. And you're walking.
Oh man, extra classic, my favorite.
I like the one that
Suitable
tastes
for
just like
long-term
something
use.
orange.
Yeah. I'm a fan of plain. See, plain flavor, that has a...
And then you see another poster.
Oh yeah, algae chips. Give me that inorganic matter. That's what you want.
I mean, seaweed's delicious.
Seaweed is not algae.
Yeah. They both come from water.
They're both green.
And you're walking.
All green things are algae.
Just like how all pits are bottomless.
Just like all orange things taste orange flavored.
All orange colored things are oranges.
I have it on good authority that all blue colored drinks taste blue flavor.
I mean, that's just true, though. Not even doing satire there. That's
It's like what flavor Gatorade is that? Blue.
I actually have some blue Gatorade in the fridge right now, and I can confirm it tastes blue.
I mean, there is a subtle but distinct difference between grape and purple tastes. I think.
Mhm.
You know, grape's kind of purple, but purple is like purple, you know.
Damn, it's true. I mean, what do you talk about? I've never had anything purple. Is there any purple food in Paranoia?
Oh yes, but that's way above your clearance.
Oh, of course.
Do we only eat red food?
Yeah, your main diet subsists off of Soylent Red.
Is the red a meal?
Really should have seen that one
Silent
coming.
red. Okay.
See another poster walking down.
Accurate.
What's the poster budget at the school? It seems high.
Are you saying any of this out
They have
loud?
their own printers.
Oh no, absolutely not. Are you kidding? These subversive thoughts are just for me. Not trying to get terminated before our first mission.
I sure do love all these posters that I'm seeing.
Yeah, no.
They remind me of important things. If it weren't for posters, I would forget to take my happiness pills.
Oh, see, I'm completely the opposite way. I love taking happiness pills. Couldn't imagine not taking them.
Are you suggesting you do not require posters in your hallway?
No, I'm suggesting I require more happiness pills. But not because I'm unhappy, just because I love them so much.
Is any of this being spoken between you and character?
I love the computer. I'm saying that all the time, man.
More and more people
Everything
are
about
saying
the computer. Yeah, you know?
it. Yeah, no, I can't agree enough. That part is being said.
Alrighty, so Rob, as Oscar, continues to chant, "I love the computer, I love the computer," one of the green goons gets frustrated and just clocks you over the head with the truncheon and says, "Shut up!" You now have acquired a wound. Specifically, you're hurt.
Sorry, was that Oscar or Rube who got wounded?
It was John's character, who's Oscar.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, Oscar is hurt. Awesome.
Right.
If the computer didn't want me to be hurt, I wouldn't be hurt. And everything the computer says is right, so this is good.
All right. Then you continue walking down the hall.
I love this music.
Say that out loud in a silent hallway.
Right in front of the mutant poster too.
So hard that you start hearing music.
I mean, he did get clocked in the head. Finally, you come to a red door at the end of the hallway. The guards herd you through at gunpoint and slam the door shut behind you. You are in an empty red room with another red door in front of you. The only decoration is a banner above the door, or with a smiley face and the word SMILE written in sharp black letters. The smiley's eyes seem to follow you as you move. Greetings, troubleshooter or trainees, the wall speakers blare. Welcome to your last day of training. Aren't you excited to almost be ready to offer your lives and rewarding service to the computer?
Yes!
Absolutely.
I'm smiling right now, in fact.
Kevin smiles as loudly as possible. I don't know what that means, but it's true.
Rob?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Did you not hear me the first time?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I get your and John's voices mixed up sometimes. Hey,
Probably because
I'm
we're
sure-
equally enthusiastic about being red.
Quite possibly true. I'm sure you want to get straight to your equipment in the mock mission we have planned. But first, you must introduce yourselves to your teammates. Your fellow troubleshooter trainees will be your teammates in the mission to come. Your life will be in their capable hands. You must get to know them well. Failure to know your teammates will allow the commies to replace them with imposters on important missions. You don't want that, do you?
I don't want that, and as team leader, I will take the lead on this. My name is Oscar R. I love the computer, and I hate commies.
Oh, well, we're going to get along great because I'm Rube R. I hate commies, and I love the computer.
I'm Kevin R. I also hate commies. Just the computer. Absolutely the most perfect thing ever to exist. I am the communications and recording officer. So I'll be keeping track of everything we're doing. You know,
Excellent.
just getting the perfect shots.
Excellent start to the greeting period. Continue to discuss amongst yourselves. Don't be afraid to reveal your most innermost thoughts. And when the greeting period is over, your tour guide will come to fetch you.
Kevin's doing that thing with his hands, like making a frame, looking at his teammates through it, like kind of framing out a shot. Getting the smiley face in the background, because, it looks nice. I don't have a camera, as far as I know.
No, you don't have one yet.
I don't suppose we have any happy pills.
Is it on your character sheet?
It is not.
Then I don't think so.
All right. Cool.
Camera loves you, Rube.
Well, of
Or
course
will.
it does. Yeah,
Okay.
no. By all means.
Well, my deepest, most inner thought is that sometimes it gets really hot. I think it's because of commie traders. And when the commie traders make things hot around me, I am filled with rage, and I want to kill commies.
This sounds reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, who amongst us wouldn't want that? Say, team leader, you wouldn't happen to have any happiness pills, would you?
No, not on me.
Ah, that's a shame. That's a shame.
Surely you
Yeah.
took your daily happiness pill
I
while you
I
were
did.
preparing for the day.
Of course. No, I did. It's just, if we run into anyone who hasn't taken their happy pills, I, of course, want to make sure that they get the opportunity to take their happy pills. Maybe by
Well,
force.
we don't have a happiness officer, so it's, you're stepping up, which is nice.
One thing I don't like about commies is how they're always ruining things. Like yesterday, I was trying to cook up some rice, you see? And I left it cooking for way too long because a commie made me tired and made me fall asleep. It was the strangest thing.
Rice
And then
is-
I was cutting up some onions, and a commie made me cry. I don't know why. They're just everywhere, making terrible things happen.
Sorry, does that mean that you were consorting with communists?
It means
Or
that I
just,
was
like,
the victim.
metaphysically.
They're getting
I
awfully
was-
close to you if they're putting onions in your eyes.
I was the victim of a commie conspiracy. We have to be vigilant about the threat they pose to our
Where
families.
did you get rice and onions?
I got
What are
them
rice
from.
and onions?
I got them from
What is
some. They were actually imitation rice and onions,
Wait,
of course.
what is cooking?
It's what you do when you're told to do something.
Oscar,
Oh.
I think our team leader might be suffering under some sort of communist delusions. Maybe.
Those commies, they're always,
We might
they're always
want to
deluding
inform
us,
the
making us think about things that don't exist, like rice and onions and orange.
Our team leader
Is
has the
there-
look
is
of
there no
someone
end?
with a star ready.
The only real food is Soylent Red. I'm
Mm.
mistaken. I'm sorry. Which is, of course, made from reds.
Which is us? Or
Wait,
commies?
fuck. Yes. No? I'm just trying to fill the emptiness here with
I'm
something.
not
Just,
actually sure if that's treason or not, so I'm just gonna
Yeah.
nod along because he's team leader, so he would know that it was
He's
made
team
what it was made out of.
leader.
Yeah.
What did that form say about when your team leader's a...
You should
I
all
don't
just
know. I
agree
only
with
filled
me.
out half of it. I was too busy thinking about how much I love friend computer.
Anyway, John, you get a treason star.
Wait.
I
think I'm winning
I'm
the
picturing
treason
them like
stars,
Girl Scout
definitely the
badges.
wounds.
Well, no, you decided to be all friendly, kitty. I decided to flop around and be all like, rub my tummy. Anyway, the mandatory greeting period time has expired. How was your conversation with your fellow teammates?
Treasonous.
Treason. Ah, damn it. I was gonna say
mildly
untreasonous.
so. Yeah. Happy.
Now please step outside
Mandatory.
at the greeting room. There you will meet your personal tour bot of the day. Be sure to listen to it and don't get lost. Good luck, citizens. The opposite door swings open. Two insect guards peer in. Hurry up and get out before the next team arrives, they say.
I will lead my team through the door.
Does the team dutifully follow?
Oh, of course.
Alrighty. Out in the corridor, you come face to face with what looks like a garbage can on wheels, barely reaching up to your chest. Its round dome head is covered by two giant eyes and the biggest painted grin you've ever seen. A long, flexible rod topped with a small Alpha Complex flag sticks out of the top of its head. You notice a small hatch in its chest. Greetings, 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 you lucky trainees! I am your tour bot for today. ID code RH 678.G-4. But you can call me Willie. Are we ready to have some fun?
Yes.
Of course.
Is it possible for Oscar to jump inside of this trash can and live inside of it?
It is not currently open.
Willie, you are slightly disappointing to me, but I will accept you anyways. If only I could open you up and live inside of you.
Well, that's a weird comment to make about someone you just met.
Well, that's me. Always saying
Willie, I
trees.
couldn't
I'm working on
imagine a
treason
better
star
guy.
number 3 here, people. When I get all 5 stars, I win the game, right?
Oh, that's definitely how it works.
Is there a picture of Willie?
No, unfortunately.
Okay, there will be by the time we play
Well-
our next game.
Well, for all your great enthusiasm, each of you can have a lolly boom. And he hands you what looks like a lollipop each.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna immediately start licking that lollipop.
What did you
The
call it? A lolly what?
Lolly boom.
Okay.
Is
Is it edible?
You can ask that about a lot of things. But it looks like a lollipop, and Rube there is getting to it and is like, it's sweet, it's like other fun foods you've had.
I clutch it happily, and we'll save it for later.
Excellent. And John, what do you do with your lolly boom?
Oh, I definitely ate it immediately.
Oh, you just like crunched it all. You just like bit right into it, and
So what you gotta do with these things is, you just gotta eat it as fast as possible, because the commies will take it from you if you don't.
I think
Ah,
that might
no,
be. I think that might be a little difficult to accomplish. So let's have a skill roll for that.
Cool.
So, your violence is 2, and I'll give you athletics as a give me. So you have a node of 5. So you notice the little box that says node?
Node, yes.
Says
Node
zero.
5.
Yeah, so write 5, and then hit the little dice icon next to it.
Let's see what happens.
Oh, 2 successes.
Okay.
You're able to successfully break apart the lollyboom with your teeth and consume it almost. And you sort of bite it off the handle and you almost swallow it down all in one chunk.
I knew I could make it happen.
And now it slowly
I believe in me.
And now it slowly dissolves in your gut.
I completely disagree. I think the best way to beat the commies is to savor your lollyboom every last lick. And so I'm just going to keep annoyingly licking this thing for as long as I have it.
How many licks does it take to get to the lollyboom center of a lollyboom pop, though?
Excellent question. Perhaps
well,
you should ask friend computer.
Willie's like, don't be silly. That's way above your clearance level. Anyway. So, gang.
Mr. Owl is ultraviolet.
So, gang, first we gotta get you to your final exam.
I love exams.
How lovely.
And this is gonna be the last exam you'll ever have to take as a troubleshooter. Unless the computer decides otherwise.
Well, whatever the computer says is best.
As is fair and just and correct. Yes.
Alrighty, so... Willie guides you down the hallways of Alpha Complex as you see other teams of troubleshooters going about their own, final exam period and, tests and whatnot, and generally, proving themselves as, glorious troubleshooters. Willie eventually leads you to a small briefing room resembling an elementary school classroom. The only seats available are junior citizen-sized desks. Have a seat.
Oscar just jumps right into one of these desks, like slides in like he's going in for home plate. Like Pete Rose, just, cleats first. Obviously,
Pete Rose,
nobody
I don't know
knows
that
who that is, but
I think that's a violence athletics roll again.
sweet. 4 successes.
Oh man,
Holy shit.
you're just killing it today. You do a baseball slide into the underside of the desk and somehow end up on top in the chair. It's like one of those fucking speed runs that you see on YouTube.
I clipped through the geometry of the classroom.
Yeah.
Sounds
Kevin
pretty
is-
mutanty to me.
Yeah. Kevin is not a large man. He's just going to sit nicely in the desk.
I'm gonna turn my desk around and sit in it backwards like a cool youth pastor, even though I assume cool youth pastors do not
Treason!
exist.
Yeah, so also because the desk, the surface of the desk is attached to the chair, the writing surface is also now behind you.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
And your legs are just up over, like, the bar.
Yeah.
Presumably, there's
you.
a desk in front of me, right?
Yeah. There's
I condemn you. That is treasonous behavior there, sir.
Anyway, so, behind a large desk at the end of the room, right, because it's like a classroom, right, lounges a yellow-level citizen, Carl Y., who's idly chewing on his pen. He eventually notices you and looks up. Greetings, troubleshooter trainees, and welcome to your final exam and first mission briefing. We all hope you have enjoyed your training as you prepare to become a full-fledged troubleshooter. Troubleshooting is an exciting and fun job and a valuable service to Friend Computer and all of Alpha Complex. You should all be very proud of yourselves for having come thus far. Before you advance to the last stage of your training, you must first pass a short exam on what you've learned during your time with us. I'm sure all of you, being loyal citizens, have studied extensively for it, and will pass with flying colors. That color, of course, being red. You have 3 minutes to answer all 10 questions. Failure to complete the exam in the allotted time is treason. Failure to answer all questions truthfully is treason. Treason is punishable by fines and/or termination. Good luck. Anyway, I'm going to give you slightly more time because of our technological restrictions. Uh,
3 minutes or death, people. Remember. No compromise.
Well, it could be 3 minutes or fines.
I prefer that.
Yeah,
It
no,
should be a death penalty for anybody.
I would rather die.
I support the death penalty for people who are late with paperwork. I'm sorry. I'm a Law and Order kind of guy.
So under the forms folder, you should see the aptitude test at the very top.
Okay.
And download that and fill that out. So I'll give you a bit more time than they suggest.
Can't help but notice that there's an error here.
What?
There are no errors.
What? Carl ROY spots up. What's the issue, Rubar?
Oh, nothing. It's just a Friend Computer has chosen a truly inspired method of spelling trainee.
All right, whatever. And he just goes back to just sort of being bored of out of his skull and staring at the ceiling lights. And be sure to send that to me in DMs the second that you're done filling out the test.
Okay. Almost there. Just sent you my aptitude exam.
Excellent. So you're all done. So Carl Y will collect your exams, and then you're actually and then one moment. Get this. Let's fuck up the thing. Anyway, he collects the exams and says, "Yeah, and you're all going to have to grade each other's exams," and he redistributes the exams he wants to.
So good.
So, and you're handed this exam.
Okay.
Rob, you're handed this exam. And John, you're handed you're handed this exam.
Amazing.
Okay. It's a perfect test, I can tell you that much.
This is so funny. Okay.
It's really good.
I understand your comments about spelling now.
And you're going to have to grade those and send your graded exam back to me. Again.
Okay, cool.
Are we looking at like a pass-fail, A through F?
Whatever strikes you as the most appropriate grading rubric.
Fantastic. I'm so glad you said that. Let me break out the red pen.
Oh, heck yeah.
Rob has already graded the test he was handed.
I
Yeah.
have.
Sorry. Alright, no, John. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've GM'd something for you. But yeah, he's already done grading that exam.
Almost done. This exam is a thing of beauty, and I want to give it justice. Do it justice.
So Kevin Y comes and collects up the tests that you've now graded. And he throws them on a pile on his desk. It's like, all right, so now that you finished your exams, we gotta do your mission briefing. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go down to PLC Supply Center and pick up your equipment. Then you're going to go to R&D to get some practice experimental equipment. And once you're all outfitted, you're going to go to Training Room 101 and complete the assignments. And then finally, you're going to come back here. Any questions?
Do we get to do more paperwork? Do I get a treason star for that?
You can do as much paperwork as you want.
Awesome.
We'll probably have to fill out forms when we get equipment, so...
Yeah.
Boy, I hope so.
Anything else?
Alita's really missing out, isn't she?
Oh god, she would hate this. Thank you very much.
Anyway, as you say that, the door blows open, and a bunch of internal security guards come in with guns raised and yell, freeze, freeze! Nobody move! Get on the ground!
Oscar makes a run for it.
Go on the ground. I drop to the ground.
You're not gonna
also
take me
drops to the
alive.
ground.
You're not gonna take me alive. Fuck you.
So Oscar just bolts for it.
Oscar
But
bolts.
don't you have to bolt through the door that just opened?
Yes.
Alrighty, so how fast does Oscar move?
He's got athletics 3. I don't know.
I'm talking more about meters per second.
Okay. I don't know what meters per second is because I'm an American. So I'll
He
say
fucking haul.
10.
So you're going at 10 meters per second, right?
Sure.
Right. The insect guards have laser rifles, which travel at speed approximately 299,792,458 meters per second.
I'm gonna outrun him.
Do you think that 10 meters a second is faster? Is a faster rate of travel than that?
You see, what matters is the hoods that I
Bobbing and
demonstrate.
weaving. Yeah.
And I've got 1 point of chutzpah, man. Like, these guys, they don't know what they're after.
I mean, I don't know what a meter is, so like technically speaking, those numbers could be the same.
I don't know what a second is.
You have one whole chutzpah.
I got 1 chutzpah.
Anyway, this is going to be extremely difficult, but I will give you the violence athletics check.
Okay. Too bad I used up all my good luck already.
To see how... Oh,
that's
not good enough.
2 successes.
So, you needed at least 5. So, the green goons have green level lasers, which means your red level reflect armor does nothing.
But I am leading my party, right? You guys are following me?
Oh no, absolutely not. We're on the ground.
They both hit the ground, which means that the lasers rip into your body, and you are now both. And now you are now injured and maimed.
Okay.
What body part do you feel most attached to?
My head.
Okay, we'll say it just blows off your ear.
Okay, you could say my left arm if you want to remove a body part or something.
Yeah, sure. Your left arm. You lose your left arm.
That was my arm that I used for shooting dice.
Sorry, what's dice?
Dice is this thing where you take these little cubes and you throw them at a wall and you yell numbers.
Anyway, you can't have any of this conversation as you are
Lasers are ripping into me.
as lasers rip into your body, and then they surround you and proceed to beat you and throw you in a bag, and then they fucking black bag Kevin. What's his fucking name again? Kevin Y.
Carl Y.
Carl Y. Yeah, that's right. And drag both of them out of the room. Things go for leaving only. I'm going to memorize your names eventually. Leaving only Kevin and Rube, correct?
Correct.
There. And while you're on the ground, one of the internal security investigators comes up to you. It's like, I have some questions for you regarding this crime scene.
Oh, I'll happily answer them.
Yes.
Oscar was a traitor, and
No, I'm not asking that. That's not what I'm asking. How many pens do you own?
Me personally,
Yes.
I only own as many pens as Friend Computer allows me to own, and I have been requisitioned 2 pens.
I don't own any pens. I have used pens provided for this paper and returned the pens with the paperwork.
So no pens.
No pens. I see no pens.
Have you now, or have you ever committed any treasonous activity involving the use of pens?
No.
So no, of course. Except, actually, hold on. I hate to correct Kevin here, but his paper, which he used a pen for, did mention that what the worst act of treason would be is being on a team with someone accused of treason, and we also saw
I don't
that in Oscar.
think that's exactly how I phrased that.
Well, you graded each other's papers. I just graded my own.
No, we were reading each other's papers. No,
How many pens have you seen
Oh, yeah.
in Carl
I
Y
was talking
possession
about
of?
Oscar.
How many pens did you see Carl Y in possession of?
I can only speak to 3 because we each filled this paperwork out with a pen provided. But I could be wrong about that.
Did you ever see Carl Y misuse pens, either through excessive issuance of pens, destruction of pens, and unauthorized construction of pens, and vandalism of pens, and mayhem of pens, or any other such act?
I want to say no.
This was my first interaction with Carl Y. And he seemed to be using pens appropriately. From a rad clearance perspective.
Likely story. You'll be hearing more from us later. And the detective puts his notepad in his pocket, and they all leave. And Oscar is deposited outside of the briefing room doorway, a broken, maimed man with one more treason star to his name.
Oh my god.
I'm winning. I got 3 of those now.
I just, oh, no, okay, I was gonna hand you my lollipop, but I feel like that might be treason. So I don't.
Just out of curiosity, how much lollybomb do I have left?
You know,
I've been looking at this whole kind.
You know, it seems to last a really long time.
Oh, that's great. The longer, the better, really.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
So Willie scoots up outside the room. Well, guys, did you pass the test?
I aced it. I got 10 out of 10.
As
We're
far as
not-
I know, I
I
passed.
got
Yeah.
my arm
We're-
shot off.
Headed to PLC supplier now.
Excellent. I'll lead you right there.
Thank you.
And he zooms down the hallway.
What a happy day. And take off after him.
Let's get some pens and then vandalize them.
Ha! What a funny Fred computer-approved joke you just made.
Alright, you eventually arrive at the line for the PLC warehouse supply facility, which is the line of which is located several blocks away from the actual building. And you get in line in front of hundreds, thousands of other troubleshooters waiting to get their equipment.
Okay.
Did we bring enough rations for the wait?
It's an excellent question.
I do have a lollybomb.
Mine has lasted a while.
Yeah.
Getting pretty woozy from the blood loss.
I'm gonna give you my lollybomb because
Because you're a traitor. I knew it.
I think about blood drives and how they give you a cookie after you give blood.
You know
And I
that
think that maybe Oscar needs sugar.
that sugar might help offset the blood loss going on there.
I'm gonna give you my lollybomb.
I knew you were a traitor. Helping me out proves it.
'Cause no matter what the system is, I just, you know,
Lollipop.
sometimes you have to be a good guy. Yeah, but please don't crunch it. Please lick it nice.
Alright, I'm gonna lick it like Mr. Owl taught me.
Who's Mr. Owl?
Mr.
Sounds like a
Owl.
filthy commie.
You shut your damn mouth. He's an ultraviolet.
Well, in that case,
Ooh.
I must have been
Ruh-roh.
mistaken.
Oh,
He's a high programmer, man. He's way up there. He's got wings. He's everything. A beak.
I think
He's got 2 wings. I've only got 1 arm.
Oh,
So you're in line.
I'm a weak little man, but if you need to lean on me, Oscar, you can. If you're gonna fall over.
Alright, so I'm thinking maybe we shouldn't wait in line. Maybe. I should try to sneak past people.
Well,
Like,
or
you know,
we could just enjoy the people watch. And we
Like,
might
there's
see
somebody in front of
something.
me, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm in line, so
Yeah,
if I tap him on the right shoulder and then I walk around him on the left, he won't see me, and I'll just be in front of him.
Yeah.
And then he'll say, like, hey, did you just butt in front of me? And I'll be like, nah, man, I've been here this whole time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Cool. Yeah, we can do that.
So our
you have a-
team leader is just gonna leave us in the dust.
Yeah, so you have a 1 in Chutzpah, and you have a 4 in Stealth, so that's 5. And then you get -1 for each level of wound you have, which is 3. So you have note of 2.
Okay. Yeah, 2. A 6 and a 5.
Ah. Well, you managed to, like,
The
tap
guy
the
does
in
not
front-
notice. Yeah,
Tap,
the
tap.
one-armed man just butted in line right in front of him.
Yeah,
Fuck
and he
him.
looks back and he doesn't really seem to notice. He's like, oh, that was weird.
So I only need to do that another 1,000 times, right? And then we get to the front.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, we're not with you.
Well, I think I'm going to try to take advantage of this situation and be like, hey, I'm sorry, you just cut in line to the person that he just cut. And be like, I'm sorry, you just got between us and our team leader. It's very
What's
rude
your
of you.
bluff?
My bluff is 2.
Oh, same.
And then you
Good.
add your chutzpah.
So that would be a 3 node, right?
Yep.
All right.
Wait a minute. The rest of my team is in front of that guy.
Well, then
But the
they
rest
must
of
have
his
cut as
team-
well.
Team is in front of it, but I'm in front of most of the rest of your team. And then there was that mysterious tap on the shoulder.
Kevin, back me up here. This guy's some sort of commie mutant traitor.
I think potentially, our team leader is dealing with some blood loss and may have thought you were in his team. We're just gonna bring him back with us. We're all here to aid computer and get our supplies. I'm trying to use bureaucracy.
I'm gonna punch
to-
this guy for accusing me of being.
No, I'm trying.
Who
to
the
use
hell are you,
bureaucracy.
buddy?
I'm trying to use bureaucracy to smooth this over.
Well, bureaucracy would pertain much more to paperwork and,
My charm is terrible, though.
yeah, so this
Fine,
would be a charm.
then I'm gonna bluff. I guess I'll be like, yeah, Rube's totally right. That your team taking advantage of a poor one-armed man. How could you?
Ought to be ashamed of yourselves.
Ought to be ashamed of yourselves. So that would be a bluff?
Yeah. So that would be your
Okay, so
chutzpah
that's
plus your
3.
bluff, and that would be your
Alright. Oh.
Well, he
Kevin,
might get to
Kev.
punch someone, everyone. Anyway.
Well, so, Oscar. So
Wait,
your
did I
bl-
roll that right?
Yeah, I think you did.
It's just a 0.
Yeah, you rolled 0 d6s.
Yeah, that's
but
not.
you got a 1, so
how did-
that's... Let me...
No, I
So
because there's a +5.
So you're Kevin, right?
Yeah,
So let's do...
that looks weird.
What was your node set to?
3.
Let's set it to 3, and I'll try it.
Well,
Yeah, I mean same result. So.
Yeah, same result anyway. Anyway, your bluff fails. The rest of the troubleshooter team you're trying to cut in front of seems to catch wind of this. And they're like, "Hey, what's going on?" And that's when Oscar throws a punch with his only arm. And
So do I roll like a -2 node for this or something? Because I am very bad at all this shit.
yeah. So
Isn't
basically,
that violent?
so it's violence plus your melee, which would be 1 altogether.
Negative
minus-
would be 1.
Yeah, so roll.
Yeah.
So just roll 2, and then all of the dice that aren't successes count as failures instead. So they deduct from your total.
All right, so everything was a failure. I just completely fucked that up.
So,
But here's the important thing.
So
I
that-
tried.
so you were 4 short. So that was a difficulty 2 action, right? And you have total success of -2, right? So you're 4
Okay.
4 short of what you needed to do. So, you're gonna get the shit beat out of you.
we just got
Can I-
John killed again.
Can I see if there's paperwork
Like-
that you have to fill out before you can beat someone up?
Like,
Am I dead
Can
yet?
I try and
Is the
find
question.
paperwork to hand these people that they'll have to fill out before they can beat up?
no.
Nope.
Like,
So they don't get in trouble, because they're going to get in trouble. They're going to
so
ruining
So-
an asset, a friend computer.
So we'll deal with that in a second. But in the meantime, Oscar throws a punch, totally misses, falls on the ground.
Let me be a bureaucrat.
And then the rest of his team just comes in and starts kicking him and stomping on him and Owen shit at him, and
Hey, I am noting every one of you down in my head, and I'm gonna animate this later because I'm a comms officer for my team.
and then
There will be a record.
I led you to defeat. Congratulations.
And then as Oscar is fucking dying as he's being beaten to
Oh
death.
my god.
As in the queue for the fucking warehouse.
And I'm gonna come up and put him in Willie.
Someone kicks him in the stomach, just so. And something deep inside of him, deep inside of him, cracks open.
Uh-oh.
So would the rest of the team like to attempt to dodge?
Sure.
Sure. The frickin' lolly boom. How do we dodge?
What do you think would be an appropriate way? Like, how do you want to avoid the thing that's gonna happen?
I'm gonna try and throw myself out of the way.
Cool.
I'm going to grab Willie and pull him out of the way with me.
All right.
And if I end up behind Willie, well, I was just trying to be heroic and save Willie and
Excellent.
his metal body.
Excellent. Roll appropriate dice for your note.
What would that be?
I mean, I would default to like violence athletics or violence melee.
Okay.
Because you're grabbing
Oh,
Willie.
so that's a 1.
That's fine.
And mine would be violence throw.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nerfed my throw.
Amazing.
Anyway, good news. Willie is rated for nuclear explosions. So Kevin is fine.
Good boy.
Rube is only lightly injured as your team leader Oscar explodes, killing him and all of the guys beating him up.
Does that put me at hurt or injured?
Injured.
Ooh.
As a good chunk of the hallway you're in is blown to pieces, and panic and pandemonium grip everyone as, the line dissolves as people panic and flee.
Good news. You
Can
get
we go to the front of
your
the
stuff
line?
now. Yeah, you move to the front of the line.
I'm going to stop licking my lollyboom.
Yeah.
All right. So you run to the front of the line while everyone's in a panic.
So we casually walk to the front of the line in a calm and appropriate manner.
Right, there's no reason for alarm. Only a traitor died.
Yeah, also, Oscar, you are now going to be clone number 2, so you're Oscar R DMV 2.
What's up, everybody?
And your treason is reset, and
Wait.
your wounds are reset, but your moxie is down to half.
So I only
And
have 4 moxie, right?
Correct.
So Oscar, our DMV2, is our team leader, yeah?
Yes.
Perfect.
And his clone has now rejoined you at the front of the line. As the clerk doesn't seem to understand what the hell's going on.
I don't know what moxie is, but I have less of it. But other than that, how are you all?
Really
Just
untraitorous.
fine. Yeah, did we get anything to bring to PLC and R&D, or do they just know who we are?
I mean,
Did we get like a slip of paper to hand over?
you weren't given any slip of paper. I mean, you could hand them your ME cards or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
I'll flash my card and be like, "Hi, we're here to pick up for our final."
Yeah, whatever. Here, take this and get out of here. And he hands you 2 laser barrels.
2 laser barrels.
Two
I'm
for each of us?
No, 2 altogether.
well. I'm gonna take one of
Cool.
these,
Yeah.
and I will hand the other to Kevin.
Okay.
Why?
sorry.
What do you got in guns?
You should have 2.
Oh, I actually noted this down. Yeah, I have 1 in guns. Which is not the
Oh.
worst.
Don't trust the clone. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, we're all clones, aren't we?
Yeah, but he's more clone than us.
I see.
You can trust me to do something irresponsible and dangerous.
Yeah, so I'm holding on to the gun barrel.
There you go.
And Willie, very much blackened from the explosion, is like, "Good job, gang. Now to R&D."
Oh, is there a hand wash station or something? Can we clean Willie up?
I'm sure there'll be one at.
He's
all right.
already whizzed off the. He's already
Is
whizzed
it
down the hallways.
unhygienic? Okay, we follow him.
Alrighty. So we're at our usual end time.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to call things quit here for tonight.
To be honest, I've been working all day, so I'm kind of tired.
Yeah, I'll
Cool.
take.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
That's
Anyway.
fine.
Well, this has
Next
been.
week, yeah, next weekend I'll be off, so I'll be back to my
Cool.
normal schedule, and I can start at 8.
Alrighty. So, for the stream, this has been the first session of Paranoia, Perfect Edition. As our troubleshooters make their way through their final bits of training. Any parting words? Any parting words for the audience?
Everything went perfectly. No
Mhm.
complaints.
Death to comics.
I'm going to find beating people up paperwork and have that on hand in future.
Anyway, glory to Alpha Complex. And